right. So thanks for joining me this evening. And we're going to get started. We're going to work a little bit more on side body today. We're going to use a couple blocks, props as a prop, a blanket, and a strap. So again, thanks. I'm Juliana, and this is Flow Yoga. Taking one of your blocks for your head. The second block, you can choose if you want to have another block lower. If you have a blanket, I think it's a little bit more comfortable. You can take your blanket and roll it up. Think about rolling it like a little burrito. And this, we're gonna bring it right under our shoulder blades. So let it lay down. And again, having your strap close by will be helpful. So later on, you don't have to look for it. And if there's any other props that you need, just bring it close by. As you lay all the way back, having the shoulder blades being supported, bring your chin into your chest and let the back of the skull be supported on the block. You can change the position of the block. You can lower it a little bit more, or you can keep it higher. Let the arms release. And I'm just gonna bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and Supta Baddha Konasana. Now, if this bothers your hips or your lower back, you can do exactly the opposite. Just take your feet wide and let your knees knock in. This will help you to open into your hips a little bit more. It's allowing your body to start to settle in. And we're going to take 3 cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose. And a big sigh, let it go. Letting go of the tension, of the stress. Take a deep inhale. Letting go of all that stale air. Let it move out. Last one, even bigger. Inhaling through the nose. And a huge exhale, let it go. Just allowing your body to arrive in the here and now. As you start to soften the muscles in your face, relaxing the cheeks, the jaw, softening the tongue. Feeling the support beneath the shoulder blades, helping to release into the back. Kyphosis, that curved spine. And also letting go of all that emotional stress which you tend to carry in our chest. The elbows are heavy, the backs of your palms resting onto the floor. As you continue to release down to your hips, feel them heavy, being supported by the earth. Allowing yourself to ground, to release, to feel safe. And you continue to soften down your legs, your knees, all the way to your toes. As you find your body fully supported, relaxed and safe, start to deepen the awareness to your breath. As you start to follow your inhale and follow your exhale. Allowing the breath to move in and the breath to move out. Inhaling, expanding, rising. Exhaling, softening, releasing, letting go. You start to notice the pauses between your inhalation and your exhalation. You're starting to notice the breath getting longer, deeper, smoother. And with your next exhale, just noticing how the mind is also quieter than when you started. So when we draw the awareness to the breath, it starts to slow down, getting longer, smoother. And so does the mind starts to calm down. And that's what yoga is all about, trying to find a little bit more calm, the thoughts, finding a little bit more space between your thoughts so you can actually listen. And from there, you act better, react better, feel better. With your next inhale, bring your hands into Anjali with your prayer pose. Allow the thumbs to rest on your forehead. And as you inhale, breathe in kind thoughts and positive energy. Letting your intention and gratitude also settle in here. Being grateful for being here today, taking time to honor your body. And with your next exhale, releasing your hands, allowing the soles of the feet to come to the floor, knees up to the sky. And from here, inhale, start to reach your fingertips up and back. As you exhale, soften elbows, arms, sweep it around the side of the body. Inhaling, reaching forward and up. Exhale, starting to reach back, softening your elbows. You're going to your own range of motion, whatever's comfortable for you. Take one more inhale, reaching up. Exhale, reaching back. And next time the arms are to the side, let them rest. Breathe into your heart. Feel that expansion, getting even wider, bigger. And as you exhale, closing your palms, elbows parallel to each other. Inhale, open. And next time you exhale, close, start to bring your hands behind the head. And kicking that block out of the way, bring your hands under your head like you're holding your head like a little hammock. Let your elbows frame your head, reaching up to the sky. And perhaps you start to do a little movement side to side, just a gentle massage into the shoulder blades of the side body. And then allowing the head to lay all the way back. Just feeling that softness, that release. If this feels too much for you, you can always bring that block back or a blanket behind the head. We're going to start to engage our core. We're going to exhale, pick up the head, shoulder blades, and inhale, bring it down. Doesn't have to touch the floor again. As you exhale, take your elbows up, pick up your left knee, elbow to the opposite knee, and bring it down. Exhale, switch, opposite elbow to knee, bring it down. Exhale, switch, and down. One more, exhale, switch, and down. And now from here, slowly reach up, take both hands over to the right, pick up your knees off the floor, and just feeling a little bit more, reach that block, the blanket or a block, whatever is behind you, will support you here. And then slowly extending that leg up. Maybe the other leg extends forward. Take a little pulse for 2 and 1. Bring the knees in. A little rounding, hold it here. Take both hands to the opposite side. Maybe this is where you're staying. If you want to add a little bit more, start to lift your left leg up to the sky. And perhaps you extend your right leg. And maybe you reach a little bit more for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring your hands back to your knees, and then slowly let your feet come to the floor. Let your body land all the way back. And maybe your hands take it into a little cactus arms. Let your feet start to get a little wider on your mat. You're going to start to windshield wipe your knees a little side to side. The next time your knees are over to the right, hold it there onto the right. Maybe if it doesn't bother your knees, take your right foot on top of your left knee, and perhaps you let that weight increase. Now let the left side ribs flare here, opening it out to the side. Let the head be soft. With your next exhale, sliding the foot. Windshield wipe your knees again side to side. And next time the knees are over to the left, let the knees continue to drop to the left. If it feels too much to reach your right arm back, you can keep it onto the side. If you want to add more, you can add the weight of your left foot on top of the right knee. If that bothers your knee, let it go. the head can be soft, and really flare the right side ribs. Let it reach up. As you exhale, release windshield wiper again. And this time you're gonna roll over to the right. So that blanket is right under the side rib. So it's not under the armpit, it's a little bit below. And you have your knees bent to the side. And from here, you inhale, take that arm up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm goes up. Perhaps you're opening it a little bit more and lower. Last time through, inhale all the way up. Let it reach back. You're coming into this deep twist. Head drops and you look over. And because the blanket is right under your side ribs, it's going to really force the breath into the other side. Take your arm up and over your head, left hand, left biceps. Come closer to your left ear and just hold it here. Breathe into that side. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands down. And then from here, take one foot and then the other. Let that arm peel up. Windshield wipe your knees a little side to side. Next time your body is over to the left, you're going to let it roll all the way to the left. Right arm comes on top. Adjust that your shoulder, your side body is over that blanket. If it moved, bring it back again. Stack the knees. Inhale, right arm opens up. Exhale, you close. Inhale, opening up, maybe going a little deeper. Exhale, you close. This is going to be your deepest one, and maybe you reach all the way. Again, if this feels too much for the opening into your shoulder and chest, you can take a block or a blanket or something and you put it under that hand or the arm so it doesn't have to touch the floor. You're going to start to slide your right arm up and over your head. So your right bicep stays closer to your right ear. Now, just taking the breath a little deeper into those side ribs. Inhale, let it flare up, expand. Exhale, soften. Feel that space that you created with the breath. Inhale, one more. Exhale. Take that hand back again. And just opening up, taking the foot back. And from here, you're just going to take it into your feet. Bridge your hips a little bit wider. Slide the blanket from under. And taking your arms up and over, knees reaching to the front. As you exhale, bring your hips and hands down. One more time, moving bridge. Press into your heels, knees reach forward, arms reach up and over. Big, nice, long body stretch. And exhale, soften, hips, hands. And extending your legs out. And let your heels be at the edges of your mat, like a big X. You're going to open your arms also to the edges. From here, we're going to take the left foot, ankle, and cross it on top of the right. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist and start to scoot your upper body a little bit more over to the right. So from the top, if somebody's looking at you, you look like a little banana arching over to the right. And you're taking the breath into the left side body. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release, open your arms into that big X with the legs extended, the arms extended. Breathe in. Exhale it out. Right foot comes on top of the left, going over to the left. And then take your right hand, maybe grabbing the right elbow, start to scooch it over, and then taking it to the wrist and letting your upper body start to lean over to the left. So again, you're in a banana shape, but now leaning to the left. Breathe into the right side body. Take one more breath in. And with your next exhale, release. And from here, take your knees into your chest, give it a hug and a gentle rock. You move it a little side to side. Roll it to the other side. Take your hands behind your thighs and coming up and over, coming into your tabletop. Perhaps you find a blanket to sit, if that works for you. And you're just coming into a nice seated position, fingertips along the side. Roll your shoulders up and back. And from here, drop your chin into your chest. Let the head relax. Inhale, left ear to the left shoulder. Perhaps take the right arm out and playing with internally rotating, turning the thumb down and up. Slowly start to drop the arm, let the chin drop, play with the angle of the head. And with your next exhale, roll your chin back into your chest. Take it to the other side. Right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, left arm starts to extend. And again, start to play with the angle of the thumb, the arm internally rotating, externally opening, and start to play with the nose, looking down, ear to shoulder, or nose up. As you lower that hand back down, roll your chin into your chest. And as you inhale, arms go up, reach up, lift up. Exhale, just coming into a gentle side bend, reaching up and over. Inhale, moving with the breath. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come back to the center. Take it into your cactus arms. Take your hands behind you. And from here, feet forward, slightly in front. I'm just going to take the blanket out of the way so you can see. Have your fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders up and back. Feel the sternum lifting up like there's a little string attached to it. Drop your knees to the left. Perhaps roll your right shoulder and look over to the right side. And then bring it back to the center. Press into the feet. Inhale, open the heart, lifting up. This time the knees drop to the right and roll your left shoulder back, open into the left side. And then come back to the center. Finding your reverse tabletop, press into your feet. Feel your knees reaching forward, hips reaching forward, chin slightly into the chest. And then slowly dropping it down. We're going to cross it over and coming into a tabletop. Take your time. Perhaps you find a blanket for under your knees. You can open it out. If you have, you can take your blocks a little bit more out to the front so you know where they are. And we're just going to play with the cat and cow movements here. But I want you to feel free to explore, be creative. You can start to circle your hips if that feels good. Letting the head be soft. You can go back and forth. You can go side to side. And at the same time, start to play with the angle of the hand, turning the fingers in to get a little bit more release into the wrist. One at a time, noticing shifting the weight back and forth. Fingers facing in, pulling it back. And after you feel that you played enough in finding something that works for you, we're going to do a cow and a cat together. So let your chest open forward, the gate of your arms as you look forward. And as you exhale, push down and create that dome into your upper back as you drop your tail into your cat. Feel that arching, that tail dropping. Once again, inhale, feel the hands pulling back, the chest opening. You start to engage your core a little bit more, navel pulling in. As you exhale, really pushing down to lift up. Relax the head, gazing between the legs into that cat. And then from here, we're coming into our flat back. Hold it. Left foot goes back. I'm doing a little press with that heel. Start to walk your right fingertips forward and up. Arm comes closer to your ear. Left leg reaches back. So find the leg, core is engaging. Push into the left hand. Navel pulls in. As you exhale, bring your elbows and knees closer together. Inhale, feel a reach. Exhale, perhaps you take your elbow to the side, knee to the side. Inhale, reach. Once again, exhale, bend. This time as you inhale, reach, you hold. Drop your right hand. Drop your left foot to the back edge of your mat. Pivot your right foot, right knee behind you. Then inhale, start to lift your left arm up to the sky. Feel the connection here. Fingertips, core. And then maybe you start to feel that lift, reaching up and over. Turn the palms up to the sky. Inhale, lift up, reach up, coming into your Parigasana gate pose. Keep the length on the right side. Lower your left hand to the thigh and feel that lift. As you exhale, you start to close the gate. Beautiful. Inhaling, coming back up. You're coming back into those like warrior two arms. As you exhale, drop the right hand. And maybe here you pick up your left foot, coming into like a kneeling half moon. Feel the reach from the left heel to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop it down, finding your version of Vashisthasana, staying on your knee, the legs extended, stacked, or even lifting the leg, whatever works for you. With your next exhale, drop your hand. And then from here, you come into your plank. Drop your knees. Let your elbows brush your ribs as you come all the way down to the earth. Point the toes, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart, squeeze those elbows, and then soften. Once again, feel the hands pulling back, the outer ankles firming in. You start to lift a little bit more. And exhale, release. Take the fingertips along the side of the mat. Now tent the fingers and feel this lift. Inhale, open the heart. As you exhale, drop your right shoulder, look over to the left. Inhaling, coming up, finding this moving cobra. As you move it from side to side, inhale, come back to the center. Exhale all the way down. Take your hands closer to your body and push yourself up into your tabletop. Let your hands land right under your shoulders. And from here, we're going to take it to the other side. I'm just going to turn it around so I don't turn my back to you. And from this, we're going to slide the right foot back and start to press to that heel. Engage the core, firm into your right hand, pull navel in and start to reach your left fingertips forward. As you feel the reach from the left fingertips, pick up your right leg, engage the core, and as you exhale, elbows and knees together. As you inhale, can you find a little bit more length between the fingers and the toes? And with your next exhale, perhaps you take that challenge of taking the knee to the side, the elbow to the side. It's going to challenge your balance by taking it off center. You can try that once again, under or side. Inhale, reach. And as you exhale, drop your left hand, drop your right foot to the back edge of your mat, pivot your left foot right behind your left knee. Start to take your hands to your hip, engage your core, open the heart. And maybe you start to take that right arm up. Connect with your right foot, pull navel in and start to bring yourself up. And from here, turn the palms up like you had warrior two arms. You start to lift up, you start to get longer. Think about lengthening from your left knee to your left fingertips. And as you exhale, release your right hand to your right thigh. And then from here, start to close the gate, Padidasana pose, gate pose. Don't let your left hip come with you. Keep it centered. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, soften. From here, we're going to drop that left hand back down. And maybe you take that right arm up or keep it on your hips and extending through that right foot, finding your kneeling half moon. And as you exhale, release that right foot. Your choice of Vashisthasana, side plank, with the knee on the floor, with one leg in front of the other, with the leg stacked, or even letting that leg float, whatever rocks your boat here today. As you exhale, bring that hand down. Let your hips come back into your plank. Engage your core. And then from here, slowly drop the knees. Let your elbows brush in as you come all the way down to the earth. As you point the toes, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows. And just feeling like you can even lift your hands slightly off the floor. So the engagement is in your upper back. Exhale, soften and release. Let your elbows slide forward. Bringing your elbows maybe an inch slightly ahead of your shoulders. And so from your shoulders to your elbows to your wrist, everything is in a straight line. Pull those elbows and feel the opening of your heart. Now soften your head here, looking down. And we're going to come into a Sphinx plank by tucking the toes, pressing the heels back and holding it. Core is engaged. Shoulders are moving away from the ears. But the chest is still trying to open forward. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly release. Point the toes. Stay in your Sphinx, your modified cobra. Or if you feel ready for coming into your up dog, push the floor away as you open your heart. Upward facing dog. As you exhale, flip it back into your down dog. Pedal the feet and move it around. So throughout the practice today, If down dog feels too much and if you prefer to take a break into your child's pose, please do. Take one more breath in. And with your next exhale, slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Let your body hang here in ragdoll, holding opposite elbows, just allowing a little swing of the body. Relax the head, soften the jaw. And when you feel ready, release your hands. And let your body start to roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Inhale, let your arms reach up to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Nicely done. So you're gonna walk to the front edge of your mat. So I'm gonna call this my front edge right now. So from here, maybe if you have your blocks close by, that might be helpful. We're gonna press through our heels and start to engage our core here, dropping through the tail. As we inhale, let the arms reach up. Urdhva Hastasana, feel that reach. Thighs are pushing back, tail is dropping. Exhale, swan dive, hinging from your hips, fold. Inhale, find your flat back, hands to your shin, shoulders pull back. As you exhale, fingertips to the floor, step your left foot back. Maybe shimmy your right foot a little bit more to the right. Tap that left knee. Inhale, let your arms reach up, lift up. Exhale, press into your right heel. Push your right hip back, bow your head. Once again, inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, press to the right heel. Push the right hip back, bow forward, opening that back line of the body. One more time, inhale, reach up, lift up. Now as you exhale, slowly back yourself up. Engage your core, so pull the navel, drop the tail. Feel that stretch getting a little deeper into the left hip flexors, and perhaps you start to carry your hips at that same level, forward and up. As you exhale, open your heart. Bring your hands all the way down to the floor. Left hand stays on the floor, right arm goes up. You twist. And perhaps you take that back heel off the floor and open it a little bit more. Exhale, bring that hand on the inside, move your hips a little bit back and forth. Coming in a little bit of a lizard's lunge here, working in the inner leg. And from here, we're gonna start to walk our right hip back. Again, you can have hands on blocks. Take one more breath in. Lengthen through the spine as you exhale, soften the upper body here into your pyramid pose. Take one more breath. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Again, you can take hands to the floor, pick up the leg, or even bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, let the feet come parallel. Find your Utkatasana. Sit back onto your heels. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Come all the way up. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna move it around so I don't turn my back to you. You can stay exactly where you are. Ground through your heels. Engage through your core, release your arms. Finding your Tadasana, your mountain pose. As you press down, you lift up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive. Uttanasana. Inhale, find your flat back. As you exhale, fingertips to the floor, step your right foot back. Drop that right knee, 90-degree angle with that front leg. Inhale, let the arms float up. Exhale, press into your left heel, push your left hip back, bow the head. Bend the knee, inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, push, revolve, get a little deeper. Inhale, coming up. Perhaps taking yourself a little bit more higher up. Upper body really wants to go up here. Engage, drop the tail. Open into your cactus. And as you exhale, slowly release it down. Right hand stays on the floor. Tuck the back toes. Take that left arm up to the sky. Press with the right heel. Keep that left knee in the middle line of the body. As you exhale, drop. Left hand comes on the inside. Shimmy your left foot maybe a little bit more to the left. You're just moving your hips back and forth. Start to circle it around, opening into that left inner thigh. Take your time here. And perhaps you start to extend your left leg. Again, you can have hands on your blocks. Lengthen through your spine, finding your pyramid. And as you exhale, you soften your upper body over your leg. Take a nice deep breath in. And a big exhale out. And then you're going to soften through your left knee. Again, you can take your hands slightly forward, you can bend up, or you can slightly float into a version of a warrior three. Find the version that works for you today. Exhale, step parallel, Utkatasana. Let the arms reach up, sitting low. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, come all the way up through. Beautiful. Make sure you have at least one block close to you. We're gonna walk through this once again. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, hinging from your hips. Inhale, find your flat back, hands to the shin, shoulders pull back. Exhale, sit back onto your chair. Perhaps the arms go up or even in front of your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, twist over to the right, hooking that elbow, sinking the hips a little lower and pushing the hands into the chest. You can shimmy your feet a little closer together if that helps you. You can even open your arms out, find a little bit of a little back bend into the upper back. And as you exhale, fold. Shift the weight to the right foot, pick up the left foot and reach it back. Inhale, let the arms reach up to the sky. Anjaliasana, crescent lunge. If this feels too much, just drop that left knee down to the floor. We were here before. And as you exhale, pull it down, deepening that stretch. Can you hold your hips down, press with the heel, extend, reaching over to the right. Let the arms open into a twist. Left hand comes to the floor, right arm straight up to the sky. Twisted lunge. Exhale, right hand's gonna come on the inside of your right foot. Take that block with you. Bring it close in. Pivot your left heel down to the floor. You're coming to a version of extended side angle, similar to what we did on the floor. Let your left hand pull you up. You're already in a warrior two. You don't have to change anything. Just turn the palms up and inhale, extend through that front leg, reach up. Take your left hand to your hips and inhale, reverse triangle. Feel the opening through the right side of the body. Beautiful. We're gonna exhale and bend. Right forearm to the right thigh. Coming into extended side angle once again. Feel the reach, feel that lift, opening through the left side of the body. Let the left hand come behind the back, wrap it around, open through the heart, looking down to the floor. Flip that block a little closer in and higher, and you can move it on the inside or the outside of the leg. Let your chest open. If everything is working for you, let your left arm reach up, Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Inner legs pulling together, firm that back heel. With your next exhale, gaze down to the floor, soften into your right knee, and as you inhale, you bring the block with you on your right hand. And we're gonna start to shift the weight to that right foot. Maybe the left hand comes to the hip, or maybe the left hand will reach up. Maybe you find a little bit more light onto your right fingertips. It might even float. You're coming into your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. With your next exhale, gently soften the hands down. Let the head drop, let the hips reach up and back. Exhale, soften and drop it down, parallel. Take your time. Perhaps holding opposite elbows and letting your body swing a little side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm just gonna move to the side. Beautiful. And with your next exhale, soften it out. Inhale, find your Utkatasana, your twist, your chair, sorry. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart, and now we find the twist over to the left, right elbow over the left thigh. Now as you push, revolve the chest. Again, the feet can be a little closer together. Try not to let one knee sneak in front of the other, opening the heart, maybe even opening the arms. Whatever works here for you. As you exhale, release the hands. You can stay in your chair and let that leg float, or you can bring your hands to the floor and step back. Whatever is your choice. You're coming into your Anjaliasana, crescent lunge. Let the heart lift. Press to the heel. Exhale, cactus your arms. Deepen the stretch. So when you bend that knee, drop that tail, engage the core. Feel the stretch in the right hip flexors. And then from here, maybe you press that right heel back and feel the right thigh pushing back, engaging even deeper. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Beautiful. Exhale, right hand drops to the earth. Left arm reaches straight up. Keep that left knee in the middle line of the body. Left hip pushing back. As you exhale, left hand is going to find a block, and the block comes closer to your left heel. So not to the toes, more to the heel. Drop your right heel back, engage, bend into that left knee, 90-degree angle, right hand to the hip. You start to lift. Open the side body. Let your right hand pull you up. You don't have to change anything. You're already in a warrior 2 legs, left knee and toes pointing forward. Turn the palms up and inhale, reach up, lift up. Feel the lift. Exhale, release that right hand to the hip. Reverse triangle. Start to reach up and back. Inner legs pulling together. Strong. As you exhale, bend into that front knee, coming into your extended side angle. Right fingertip reaches up and over. Really breathing. Feel that space in the right side of the body. From your right heel to your right fingertips, can you get any longer? Can your hips descend a little bit more? Right hand might come behind the back. Roll the shoulders, look at your block. Take that block a little higher as you push your hips slightly back. So now your inner legs are pulling together and you feel that little triangle pulling in. You can stay with that right arm up or on your hips, whatever works here for you. Take one more breath in. Connect with the right heel, look down to your left foot, bend the knee, grab the block on the way up. Warrior 2 with your block. And again, your block is gonna help you with your balance. We're starting to shift into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So you can heel to that back foot, or you can take little steps, whatever works here for you. The right hand can stay on the hip, or you can imagine there's a rope there pulling you up. And maybe you find a little bit more lightness in your left fingertips. Press through a right heel, lengthen to the crown of the head. And with your next exhale, release your hands to the earth. Let the head drop, let the leg lift. One last breath here. And exhale, release and soften. Feet are parallel. You guys did a great job. Hold opposite elbows. Just allowing the body to swing a little side to side. Softening, breathing. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, release it out. Roll your body all the way up. As you inhale, reach your arms up. And from here, you can hold your left wrist with your right hand and start reaching it over to the right. And perhaps your left foot comes out to the side or even crosses behind the right leg. So it creates this little tripod. You're reaching to the side body. If that feels too much, just keep the legs parallel. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, release. Roll those shoulders. And taking the standing half moon to the other side. Reach the arms up. Hold the wrist. And holding my right wrist and start to reach over to the left. I'm going to take my right toe slightly to the side. And if I want, I'm going to squeeze that leg behind. And tip of my right toes as I lean over to the left. I'm pushing my hips to the right. And as you exhale, release. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, soften it out. Nicely done. Take a nice deep breath in. Let your arms reach up, lift up. Exhale, swan dive or hinging from your hips. If you want to skip your flow, you can skip your flow. Inhale, flat back, hands to the shin, shoulders pull back. Exhale, you step back into your plank. Inhale, coming into your chaturanga or knees on the floor. Inhaling, up dog, sphinx or low cobra. And exhale, finding your down dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let your knees come down to the earth. Find your well-deserved child's pose. Let the forehead rest on the floor or on a block. Feel your sit bones descending into your heels. Now, if you need more support, you can also put a blanket between your shins and your tail. If it feels better to soften your arms along the side of the body, an embryo, you can. How about the forehead to be fully supported? It helps you to relax. There's a pressure point on your third eye that's very soothing to the nervous system. So let it ground. From here, we're going to start to reach our hands forward a little bit more, coming up into a down dog. Take your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, bend the right knee, open your hips. And you can take it into your figure four, or maybe coming into pigeon by taking your right knee closer to your right wrist. Let the hands come along the side and you walk your left leg back. So right away, if you feel like if your right hip doesn't come completely to the floor, fold your blanket and just bring it under your right hip to give you a little bit more support, so you feel that you're supported taller here. And as you exhale, let the upper body fold completely. Ground. Release. Breathing into the back. Softening your shoulders. Just staying present. Calming the mind. Training the mind to stay in the here and now. So when we're actually confronted with stress or any drama, we can find ease with a little bit more. Take one more breath in. And slowly bring your hands close by and press back. And pedal the feet, move it around, just noticing what's going on. When you're ready, take your left leg up. Exhale, bending the knee, opening the hips. And when you feel ready, left knee to the left wrist. With time, the shin becomes a little bit more parallel to the front of the mat. You take your time, walking the leg back, squaring your hips. And again, noticing, do you need to support your left hip? You can just fold that blanket, letting the upper body find its rest. Finding that connection with the forehead, soften here. Can you find a little bit more release into your jaw, the shoulders? Can you deepen the breath in the lower back? Noticing the hips, noticing the softening. Just be mindful that one side's usually different than the other. It's part of your yoga practice awareness, noticing. Letting the mind quiet down. And very gently, when it feels right for you, bring your hands close by as you push yourself back. Again, down dog is just a transition, so you can pedal the feet, move it around. We're going to drop to our knees and cross to the ankles and find some seats. If you like to take the blanket, you can fold it a little bit more for your seat. And from here, maybe you're finding your strap. Just allowing your legs to extend forward. I'm going to take my left foot to the side. It's like I'm doing a little tree pose. I'm inhaling, lengthening, and as I exhale, revolve and twist to the right. Coming into Janusasana, head to knee pose. Now, if this is bothering your knee, you can also put a blanket or maybe a gentle block under your right knee, and that will give you a little bit more softening when you fold, so you're not locking your knee. So just notice if you need to add more. The same thing with that left knee. If your left knee feels too tight, put a blanket under it, let it rest. Upper body folding over. If you don't need the strap, let go of the strap. If you have the strap and you want to use it more, take your elbows out. Let your upper body just fold over. And as we come into a little bit of a twist, left hand holds the strap or the blade of the foot, right hand reaches back and you gently twist over to the right. As you come back up, extend through your legs, your knees, give it a little bit of a shake. And doing the same thing on the other side, noticing, again, this side might feel like you want to put a blanket under that knee, if that feels good, or even under the right knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you revolve to the left. Folding back, lengthening. And exhale, softening over your leg. Again, you can have the foot, you can have the strap, or even holding along the side of the leg. You don't have to touch it. Noticing the difference between this side and the other. And maybe grabbing the blade of the foot, adding a little bit of a twist here. As you exhale, soften, release, coming back up. And we're going to move your props out of the way and just taking whatever you would need for Shavasana. So maybe having a block or a blanket close by. As you have your feet on the floor, if you want to add one more abs here, engage your core. And like somebody's going to tickle your belly button, you start to pull the navel in, you start to round. The arms can stay long. And you slow control. Try to keep the feet on the floor. That's going to engage your core a little bit more. And as you come all the way down, you bring your knees into your chest and just give it a nice hug. Dropping your feet down to the earth. You're coming in a supported back bend. Heels are not too far out, close enough that you can brush your heels with your fingers, press into your feet. Let your knees reach forward and up. And then taking one of your blocks, bring it under your sit bones and just feeling that support. You can dig your elbows into the earth and broaden into your chest. Feel the chest lifting and then let your arms release. Again, if it feels good and if you want to take it even higher, you can take your other block or flip that block up and stack a second one under. Once again, let the chest open. Again, you can use the sticky mat as a way to pull it apart and lift the heart, sliding those shoulder blades. Back of the skull is still pressing into the earth. And then from your supported back bend, allow one leg to float up and then the other. And if the height feels too high, you can take the block out of the way. So this is a true inversion, and it's a cooling, calming inversion. As you feel that reverse of the flow moving down your legs into the pool of your belly, flowing to your heart. And as you exhale, cooling and calming things down. It's a great pose to do at the end of the day. Not only it helps with your circulation, digestion, but also helps with your sleep. Start to deepen the breaths. And with your next exhale, gently soften your knees into your chest. Let your feet come down to the earth. And start to bridge your hips up so you can take your blocks out of the way, one at a time. And then when you come down, let your knees come into your chest. Gentle rock. As you cross your right ankle over your left thigh, drop your left heel into the floor As you scoot your hips to the right, let your knees drop to the left. Right shoulder opens to the right. Just noticing how this stretch feels compared to the one you did in the beginning. Perhaps noticing more opening into the side body. Let the head be soft. You can even move it a little side to side. With your next exhale, head to the center, knees to the center, uncross your legs. And you let your other leg go up and over. Press into your right heel and move your hips slightly to the left. Let the knees drop to the right. Left shoulder opens, head drops to the left. And you deepen the stretch into the left side, the kidneys, lower back, the armpit. One last time as you exhale, come to the center, knees a hug, or even a happy baby. If there's any other pose that your body's calling for, feel free to move into it. And if you feel that you want to take a longer Shavasana, you can put a timer. I'll take you out of it. As you exhale, release your legs forward. You can put a blanket under your knees. You can put a blanket over your body. You can cover your eyes with the eye pillow or some clothing. This is the time to let go. No control the body. No control the breath. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes close. Getting heavy in the sockets. Feeling the inner ears rolling inwards and back. Relaxing the cheeks, the jaw. Softening the tongue. As you feel it broadening back, the base of the throat. And that continues to release down through the shoulders, the arms, elbows, fingertips. The heart is light, the belly is soft, the hips heavy. You continue to soften down your legs, knees, ankles, and toes. If you're comfortable where you are, stay where you are. Otherwise, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes as you deepen the breath, feeling for the echo of your practice. Perhaps with your next inhale, taking a nice body stretch. The exhale brings the knees into the chest. To allow your body to rock side to side. As you roll over to the right, use your hands to come up to your seat. Take your time. And finding your head resting over your heart. And your heart resting over the hips. And allow your right hand and your left hand come one on top of the other over your heart. Connecting with your heart center. Noticing your breath rising and falling. The warmth of the body. The light and gratitude you brought into your practice. Carrying it even brighter as we bow the head to the heart. Surrendering the mind to the divine in the heart. Let your heart guide you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great night.